Hey everyone, welcome back to the B-Movie Bunker. Today we're looking at 2014's Zombeavers, brought to us by Jordan Rubin. This is the story of some co-eds go up to a cabin up by a lake, and there are zombie beavers that start killing them. Okay, I really wanted to like this one. I really did. When I first heard about it, I'm like, oh, that sounds nifty. It's a different spin on the whole zombie thing, which is, really getting played out in a lot of ways. But they did something a little different. They went with zombie beavers. Okay, this might be interesting. Now, I'm going to start with some good stuff. The good stuff is, I think that the acting is actually, for a B-movie horror film, I think the acting is actually pretty well done. I don't like the characters at all. I think the characters are terrible. And I don't fault the actors for that. The actors were acting the roles they were given. My biggest problem with them is that there's no one likable in this film. There's no one that you care about if they die. And I'm one of those types where I want to have at least someone that I give two shits about. I don't want to just watch a movie with it's just populated by assholes, which is kind of how I felt with the movie. These people were all just assholes, and having them die, I didn't give a fuck if they die. And that's not the actor's fault. I think that's a problem on the script. So I mean, you had a somewhat ish original idea. I just think the execution wasn't fully there. It does have a short runtime, so that works in its favor, where the jokes get a little old and it's a little cliche, but it's not overly long, so you don't really get that upset about the fact that there's a lot of cliche and a lot of just the same thing kind of repeated over and over again. I did like the animatronic puppetry of the beavers, the zombie beavers. That I think was actually really well done. I mean, they look terrible. Don't get me wrong, they look terrible. I mean, Roger Corman would be proud of these, and I like the way they look. I like puppetry and animatronics and practical effects over CG. So the fact that they look awful, I don't think is a bad thing at all. I think that actually works with the movie that they're trying to do with this low budget B movie. I don't know how low a budget it was, but B movie horror film. So that worked. There's a common thing in horror films that I'm seeing, and in some others, but primarily in horror films, where I have a problem when people ignore the oh shit moment. There's that moment in a film where something happens where, one, the characters should go, oh shit, because they're fucking freaked out. Like when the first zombie beaver appears, so that's an oh shit moment. But then 5 minutes later, they're acting as if that moment never fucking happened. Oh, they joke about it a little bit, but I mean, I don't like when oh shit moments are just glanced over like that. It leads to the stupidity rule where these people are obviously too dumb to have lived long enough to be in this film. They would have died at the age of 7 by walking in front of a bus or down a hill and into a lake and drowned. It's those things that kind of bug me a little bit in some of the movies where there's that oh shit moment and the characters they react the way they're supposed to initially, but then they don't follow through on that reaction. So overall, if you're really big into, if you loved Sharknado and stuff like that, I think this obviously is playing off of Sharknado a bit. That kind of parody of that's the parody of one type. This is the parody of the zombie type film with zombie beavers instead. So you might enjoy it. I mean, there are some good laughs in it. Like I said, the acting is pretty good. I like the puppetry and the animatronics. I just think the story wasn't fully there, and I would have liked to have had at least one character, at least one, that I gave two fucks about. But on a scale of 1 to 10, this is, oh man, it's like when you're chewing on a nice piece of pine, and you're eating it, you're gnawing through it, because you're going to add that to your lodge, and you're thinking, man, I'd rather really be chewing on a piece of cedar. Pine's okay, but it's not cedar. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how this movie was. It wasn't cedar, but it was pine. It's useful in its own form. It just, I think, could have been a better movie. So that's all I've got for this one. Until next time, stay safe out there in the wasteland, folks.